Today, 21 states are facing budget shortfalls, including Florida. Governors across America are facing impossible choices, and I'm sure the governors will talk about this, cutting vital services or raising property taxes on families that are already struggling to stay afloat. Now, let's be clear. The financial crisis that states, businesses, and families are facing didn't just spring up full-blown overnight. It's been a long time coming. The warning signs have been very clear. But while President Bush and Senator McCain were ready to move heaven and earth to address the crisis on Wall Street, President Bush has failed so far to address the crisis on Main Street. And Senator McCain has failed to fully acknowledge it. Instead of common sense solutions, month after month, they've offered little more than willful ignorance, wishful thinking, outdated ideology. Now, 9 months ago, back in January, I called for a stimulus package to provide immediate relief for states, along with tax rebates to get money directly to the middle-class families, and a foreclosure prevention fund to help them keep their homes. Yesterday, the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank, one of the successors of Paul Volcker, acknowledged we need a stimulus package. Senator McCain, on the other hand, at that time, back in January, insisted that the fundamentals of the economy were strong. We don't need that. We just need you to vote. Senator McCain's advisors mocked the stimulus plan before Congress. One referred to it as borrowing money from the Chinese and dropping it from helicopters. Another dismissed it as junk. Now, last August, I called for a jobs and growth fund to help states put people to work and rebuild and repair our roads and our bridges and our infrastructure. And I called for $25 billion to help state and local governments pay for services and avoid raising property taxes, because tax increases are the last thing that our families need in an economy like this. But President Bush and Senator McCain thought that a second stimulus package was unnecessary. Finally, after 9 straight months of job losses and the worst market turmoil in generations, at a time when even the Bush White House has acknowledged the need for a second stimulus, Senator McCain put forth a plan, and it's fair to say it leaves a lot to be desired. It's a proposal that does nothing to create jobs. It's an emergency plan that does nothing to help families with emergencies of lost jobs or falling wages or mounting bills. It contains a housing proposal that offers a $300 billion bailout for Wall Street banks, buying homes at full cost so that the banks know that they would gain and taxpayers know that they would lose. It does very little to help middle-class families stay in their homes. In short, it's an economic proposal that does not rebuild our economy, but does everything to continue the same failed policies of the last 8 years. When speculators gamed the system, regulators looked the other way, lobbyists bought their way into our government. It's the same failed policies of decrying greed on Wall Street 1 minute and then rewarding that greed the next minute with tax cuts for people who don't need them and weren't even asking for them. It's the same failed philosophy of giving more and more to those with the most and hoping the prosperity trickles down on everyone else. You know, it's funny. Yesterday I heard Senator McCain say, "I'm more concerned with who gets your piece of the pie than with growing the pie." But make no mistake about it. After 8 years of Bush-McCain economics, the pie is shrinking. It's not growing. That means lower wages and declining incomes, plummeting home values, rising unemployment. So we've seen what happens with their policies. We've had an 8-year experiment. We see where it leads. This economic crisis is the final verdict on that failed leadership. It is time to try something new.